Hola, amigos. What's up? How's it going? How are you doing today? Welcome to the Don't Stifle Me podcast. My name is Jacob Stiefel, and it is my absolute pleasure to be here recording this for you beautiful people to listen to. Thanks for being here. Today's episode is brought to you by, how about that? By you fantastic listeners out there. This podcast, for now, is listener funded, which means that if you enjoy it and you want to help keep it going, you can jump over to patreon.com/DSM podcast. And Patreon is a website that's set up so that people can pledge small amounts of money per month. And in return for that, you can get access to exclusive behind-the-scenes perks like pictures and videos and MP3 downloads of the songs that I record with guests when we come in and sit around and jam, and lots of other stuff. On the Patreon page, the pledges start as low as $1 a month. I mean, that's less than gas station coffee, people. Come on. Once again, and if you want to check that out, that is at patreon.com/DSM podcast. Also, for you Amazon shoppers out there, next time you want to order something online, if you think to, it's no big deal, but if you think to, you could jump over first to don'tstifleme.com or jacobstiefel.com and click the big banner that says, click here to shop on amazon.com. You can't miss it. It's right there on the homepage. And if you do that, it'll then send you to the Amazon regular page, and all the prices will be the same, just like if you did or didn't go. The prices are exactly the same for you, but Amazon sees that I sent you there, so they send a small commission from whatever you spend back my way. No big deal. Either way, just, it's much appreciated if you think to do that. All right, on we go. And now, episode 33.
Pick it up again.
On the podcast today, we have another one of those Texas fellas. The far from mean Joey Green is my guest today, ladies and gentlemen. Joey he's a Fort Worth native who has recently moved right here to Nashville, Tennessee. And he came over and we had a great chat. We vented, had a little therapy session. We vented about some complaints of being independent artist and doing your own booking and dealing with musicians and stuff. We had a good talk. Blew off some steam, but we played some music for you at the end. It was a good time. We talked about happy things too. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. Here it is, my talk with Joey Green. And away we go. We're going. We're live. We're recording.
Okay.
What's up, Joey Green?
What's up, Jacob? Is it Stiefel or Stifle?
Stifle, yeah, there you
go.
go.
I bet the podcast is Stifle Me.
Yeah. It's Don't Stifle Me.
Don't Stifle Me.
With Jacob Stiefel.
With Stiefel.
Here we are.
Here.
I figured my name's confusing enough. I'll just confuse it a little bit more.
Go with it. For sure. That's nice little...
How's the guitar playing, songwriting, t-shirt printing mastermind doing?
Man, it's... let's just say it's busy. It's busy when you don't feel busy. It's busy because there's always something to do. I try to Netflix binge here and there, but that's a luxury now.
Yeah. Well, it's good to be busy. That means
a friend of mine told me it's like if you're busy and poor, something's wrong.
Oh, if that's I'm in trouble.
I think we're all in trouble, man. No, it's been good, man. We're building slowly clients. We're about to launch our me and my roommate, our clothing brand. Right now it's just a t-shirt line, but it's going to be a lifestyle brand eventually. But once that launches, that'll be some of that, what we call passive income.
Right.
Because we don't actually have to print those shirts. And
there you go.
It's just, we got, what do they do, drop shipping or whatever?
Oh, you got it set up to where when people order.
Then it's just one-offs and... direct-to-garment stuff, but we ordered some samples, and they look fantabulous.
Awesome.
So look out for that. It's thenativeamericana.com. Man, there's some great designs on there. Like my roommate is pretty much a graphic genius when it comes to that. And if he wasn't so ADD, we'd probably already have it live.
Well, the creative people are the weirdest, you know. We know that firsthand.
I know that. Whew, yeah, man. There's so many walks of life in this, and you know, like I personally am like this very like people person. I'm a good timer, but like I'll rise to the occasion no matter what. Like for me, it's always like, okay, I'm gonna have 2 drinks before the show, and then after, if it calls for it, let's get down and we'll party. But like some people are just way different than me.
Yeah.
You know, I used to get the whole, he's kind of an ass, or he's this or that, and I'm like, no, it's just we're not the same personality. So it's like sometimes it takes a long time, but I'm learning to be a little bit more of a sponge before I just jump into a conversation.
Feel the crowd out first.
Yeah, I think it's part of getting older too, man. Like you start realizing like, and then you go walk up to this person that you think you upset, and you're like, man, did I do something to piss you off one time or something? And then they'll be like, no, man, you just got a real big personality, dude. And I'm like, oh. And I'm like, so you're introverted. Oh, and like, yeah, very, man, sorry, dude. Like, and then once you break that ice of knowing each other, it's like a lot easier. Things go smooth.
Man, that goes for so many different kinds of relationships, whether it's friends, business relationships, dating, whatever. Like, the number one thing you got to have is communication. You got to be able to sit down and say, "Hey, when you said that, it kind of pissed me off a little bit." You know, you got to be able to say that, and then the other person be like, "Oh man, I had no idea. You know, thanks for telling me."
Well, and that's the thing is, a lot of times they think if they tell you that it pissed you off, like an introvert, if they're not going to tell you, they're just going to bottle it up a little bit, and if they tell me, I'll be like, "Oh, cool, man. Now we have a buffer. Yeah, cool. Now I know." Right, not to touch on your height or crack a short joke just to be funny, because that's the way I am. Like I try to make everything just like go away, because to me, if you take everything too seriously, or it's just like, man, it's not as much joy in the world.
Yeah, and I'm sure. And the thing is, like having to think of, okay, certain things don't bother me, so I don't think about them. But you got to think of like things that might bother somebody else that don't bother you, and be aware of that. And
or you just say, nah, I'm out. Yeah. I'm out on that person. Like,
right.
You can do that too. And like, I've had that, I think, over the past year and a half, 2 years of like, really like what we call thinning the herd. Yeah. Of like trying to keep the right kind of people around me to keep me the right kind of person and stuff like that. And I don't think that all people that I don't keep in my inner circle and I keep close to me are bad people. It's just they haven't come around to the epiphany that I've had in life. So
for sure. Yeah.
I think everybody hits it eventually. So
hopefully.
Yeah. Well, not everybody hits it eventually, but hopefully the people that the thinning part of the herd will come back around and into I guess a personality or a level of mindset and respect and courtesy and all of that I enjoy to keep around me.
Yeah, intention and consideration and
all of it, man. Yeah.
Because I feel like at some point, successful people of any shape or size have to make that kind of a choice of, okay, this person is poison for me. Yeah, I don't need to be around them anymore. Yeah,
Well, just is being friends with them the end game? Because if that's not the end game, and it's keeping you from the end game, then you gotta. It's just a speed bump, and you move on from it and keep eye on the prize. So,
right on. Well, where did the great Joey Green get his start? Where were you from originally?
Well, I was born in East Texas. I don't remember that. Not many people do, but yeah, I came out and the doctor was looking at me. I was like, "What's up, dude?" And he was like, "Whoa, that's too much." Easy, man.
Why does this baby have a beard already?
Yeah.
And a denim jacket. What?
Oh, I came out in a denim jacket and a hat. My mom was pissed about the hat. But no, I was born in East Texas, then I was raised in the Fort Worth area, and I just left there a year ago, almost in 10 days. It'll be like a year. Yeah. I've been in Nashville.
So you grew up in the Fort Worth, steeped in Fort Worth.
Yeah, same high school, same school K through 12, all that, and I played, youth sports all the way up to high school sports, and then I played in the 7th grade talent show, and I sang in it. And then, for my 8th grade birthday present, I think I was turning 14 or something. That's when I got my first guitar and started playing, and I was pretty active in the youth group at a church in Fort Worth, and then so I started writing. The praise songs were just getting really repetitive. So I was like, I can write those. I'll write a praise song. I remember I wrote one, and it was like, I changed Donna to Jesus, and it was that Richie Valens song, like "Oh Donna," which to me it sounded so much like a praise song. I was like, "Yeah, let's do this."
Yeah,
and everybody was like, "That's brilliant." And I was like, "Yeah, I watched Sister Act. Like, I've seen that movie."
Did you take lessons or anything, or did you just figure it
Man,
out?
I took like 3 lessons with some old guy, Everman Music Company or something.
Yeah.
And he was trying to make me read music. And I'm like, this is the guitar, bro.
Yeah, this is not what I'm here for, man.
I'm not trying to be like Esteban or learn flamenco or anything like that. Like, I just want to write songs and I want to be a strum dummy and sing songs. And then it was kind of, and he could tell that I was playing by ear, that I wasn't reading.
Right.
I was like watching him, and then I'd be like,
well, yeah, I mean, I understand the concept of reading music, and I can sit down and figure it out, but all I'm doing is sitting down, working through the notes, memorizing it, and then playing it by ear.
playing it by ear, exactly, yeah. So for me, and like I'll see guys like read tablature, and I'm just like, I don't know what that means. Like,
It's confusing, yeah.
I just rather learn it. And if you learn it exactly, for me, like if you learn it exactly like the player, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Like, I'm one of those, there's like 50-50 when it comes to that, on people that are like, man, you got to play it like that, man. It's a legendary song.
Yeah.
Or it's the people that are like, nah, put your flavor on it. You're playing it.
I appreciate putting your flavor on it. What bothers me is the people that aren't putting their flavor on it. They're just half-ass learning the song.
I
and
agree.
then just getting through it. Like, that's not.
Yeah, that's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you go and you take it and you make it your own and you slow it down 10 BPM and there's an artistic way to it.
For sure, yeah.
And then there's a half-ass way. And those half-ass ways usually come from private parties where someone's like, learn this, man, play your song, man. And I'm like, oh, we can try.
And if you're going to play an AC/DC song, you play the solo like Angus Young played the solo.
You should.
That's enough. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm going to get fired up over here on my third cup of coffee.
I remember like the solos that I would learn like verbatim were always like a ragweed solo, or like a Mike McClure solo, and not to say that they weren't great guitar players, but those were pretty easy to learn.
Yeah,
because
I always liked Cody Canada's style of playing because it was a little sloppy in a good way.
It was sloppy, and it, like, to me, it was just kind of simple in like the Mike Campbell way of like
feeling.
Just feeling like, okay, it sounds cool. And I did this pull off, and it was a little weird, but it worked.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those, well, let's just roll with it. I don't have any idea what I'm going to come out with, and then when it sticks, it sticks. So
yeah. Sometimes the best solos come from that.
Sometimes the best are comped.
Yeah, that's true too.
I've had a few of those where we'll comp it, and then it's like, that's impossible. Good luck. Like, good luck playing that without a B bender or like some of those. Like, if you ain't got a B bender, some of those solos are just like,
you can't do it without that.
Yeah.
People listening to B bender is a certain kind of guitar that a lot of people in the country world use, to where the guitar strap hooks on to
a mechanism,
like a mechanism on the guitar.
peg.
Yeah, and so when you kind of push down and pull up on the strap, it bends the second to the highest string, which is the B string. So they call it a B bender. But yeah, there's certain kinds of solos and stuff that if you don't have that, you just can't.
Like, you got to bend, like, and to have the perfect pitch when you bend and you're going, like, good luck. Like, that's hard.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I just started playing music, and I got my first gig when I was in high school. I think I was a senior in the fall of my senior year, and I'd gone during the summertime and watched my friend Andy Pate play. Now my friend, I didn't know him then.
Yeah.
But like he got me up to sing a song, and then he just started offering me every Tuesday to open up for him for $20.
$20. Look out.
But when in 2000 or the year 2000, I was like, and you're a senior in high school and you don't have bills? Yeah, I was cool with that. I was like, shit, I'm going to buy drinks for everybody at the lunchroom and stuff. So I was doing that, and then I wound up getting my own gig, like towards the end of my senior year, like a headlining full band gig, and met the band at the venue. Had no idea. I mean,
Oh, wow.
My parents have a VHS of it, but it's...
VHS, what is that?
I don't know, man. It's a tape.
Similar to an 8-track.
Similar, yeah, like a cassette for video. Yeah, but it was a slop fest. I remember that, but it was one of those things. Like I had to start having a crowd, and it was the new thing, and then the new wears off, and then the crowd's thin out, and you put out a real record, and then they come back.
Yeah.
So did
Gotta start somewhere, you know.
Yeah, so I did 15 years or so down there, and then I was just like, I want to come write songs. I want to write more often. So, and one thing about Texas is that it's not set up.
Yeah.
Like Nashville is, to just write all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Nashville's very structured.
Yeah, you might have to
in
drive
that
an
way,
hour
yeah.
for a co-write for somebody, because it's so spread out over there.
Yeah.
Somebody from Stephenville or Dallas, and you're in Fort Worth. Like, that's just, it better be a good song.
So when you were in Texas for all those years, just gigging, like, did you book yourself? Did you put out CDs? What?
Yeah, I booked myself. I had a couple different booking agents.
Was it always as Joey Green or Joey Green Band? Or?
Yeah, I mean, we had the Joey Green and Defining Briscoe starting out, but that was just like one record. And then I dissolved that because they all left, and I was like,
yeah.
Like, there's one thing about starting a band. If you know from Jump Street that you're a lifer, they're like, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm always going to do this.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you do the band name, it's
yeah, because I felt that same thing. Because, yeah, if you know you're going to be in, but everybody else might be in, or they might leave in a year, it would suck to put in all that work and be all completely together, and then...
And the one guy's like, man, I got to make more money.
Yeah.
Or my wife's having a baby. I got to go back to work. Or all those things are like, man, I just can't take off and go on the road. Like if the band...
And you just did a photo shoot a week before that.
Man, dude, it's like every time you take pictures with the band or put out a record, somebody leaves.
Yeah.
Period. End of story. So now it's like my last two records, the one before the last one, Low Five, I had my band up. And then that, like... gone. It started, it maybe 5-6 months you could see it was starting to dwindle away. And I don't know if, like, side guys, I don't know if that's the coolest name to call them, but, like, musicians that you hire on to play with you or whatever, I don't know if they understand the timeline and the hit and miss of putting out a record. And just because you're in a band doesn't mean you're going to make it. And like frontmen, if you've tried to do it, you've put out your own records. We understand that, like, I think persistence, and you can't not be successful if you're persistent. It's just measured on what you consider success.
Yeah.
And for them, it's like, guys, like we'll go play 2 nights a week, maybe Friday and Saturday. And I'm like, what are you doing the rest of the week? Because I'm doing all this other stuff to get these 2 shows and to save up the money to make these records and all that. And you are just expecting this to pay your way.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, you got other time. Like,
yeah, I've had those guys. And especially here in Nashville, I've had guys that were like that, here we can go out and play even maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Saturday, and they can come back and they can pick up gigs all week long downtown here. There's always people needing drummers and guitar players.
There's a 200 song list that you need to learn, and if you can learn those 200 songs.
But I've had guys that would go out and then would come back and they'd, just bum around and sleep or whatever from Sunday to Thursday.
And then just wait to go out.
Yeah. And then complain about not making enough money. I'm like, hey, I'm doing everything I can over here.
You got to get off your bum, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got back from London. But, for me, it was, and I used to be that way, but when it came record time, like I remember there was one summer I was saving up for our Low Five record, and I knew that it was a bigger budget for anything that I'd done. And I'd saved up. I took on a bartending job where I worked 5 days a week, but I worked day shift. So Monday through Friday, like 10 to 5.
Yeah.
And then I was playing 6 nights a week. I had 4 residencies, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Wow.
And then we would go out Thursday, Friday, or Friday, Saturday with the band. And I was like, I was a beat down. But
I'm tired just thinking about that.
Yeah, it was pretty much a beat down. But it was one of those things, it's like I knew the end game. I knew that I was going to get the record I wanted with the producer I wanted. And so I went and did it. And I just,
so many people that don't have the foresight of, you know, whether it's musicians or whether it's booking people or whatever, like the foresight to be like, okay, this guy's putting in work, songs are good. I'm about to sneeze. That's not what I was going to say, but
salud.
Of course, now that I say that out loud, I don't sneeze. Anyway, that's a first in 33 episodes. That's the first time that's ever happened. But yeah, too many people don't have the foresight of being like, look, I'm not making a whole lot with this right now, but I see that it could be going somewhere in a year or two. Maybe I should put in the equity and the sweat and the work and be a part of this thing. And then the money might come, or then the success might come.
If you sit stagnant, it's never going to come to you.
Yeah.
It's never. And instant gratification is probably a personality trait that is the worst to have.
Yeah.
Like it's
wanting it now. Yeah.
I want it now, and blah blah blah. Like the hurry up and wait. That's exactly what this is. Like, but there's no wait. It's just hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And like you run into guys that have no sense of urgency. Like if they made you late to the gig and then they can't set up their stuff, and you're like, set up your stuff. We got 5 minutes. You know, like. Ooh, you get fired up, you know, and then it just, you know, it can suck the morale out of the room. And like, I want to touch on this is when you go and you bring your own sound to a venue, and you set it up, and they don't have a sound guy, so it's all you, and you don't tour with the sound guy. Yeah. And then all they do first song in, like you sound check to an empty room, right? And it's loud, because
there's nobody in the room,
and they say nothing about it.
Yeah.
And then first song in, turn it down, and I'm like. Morale for the whole show is gone.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm just like, you just sucked the life out of our show. Thanks.
Yeah.
I hope you get what you paid for tonight. Because, and my deal is like, it's really hard to book a venue that doesn't supply sound and expect a whole lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it's not going to be like, lights and just this totally awesome room, and they're going to be
the unfortunate thing is that I've found through the years is that unfortunately the majority of bars and venues out there really don't care whether you're good or not.
There's no quality control.
No, they don't care. I mean, that's not in there. When they look to book a band, they're not thinking, I'm going to get some really good quality music in here. Most of them. Some of them do. They are very good ones. But the majority of them, they want to sell booze. They want to get people in there and make money. And I get that. But I've just always been able to see like, okay, but if you develop the reputation of a place that always has good quality sound and music and bands, you're going to get more people coming there, and then you're going to make more money.
It's that long term, like
right? Yeah, it's the
foresight of. Well, it's just like they don't like. I've seen so many venues that go in, and then like after 4 months, like they're not doing live music or anything. They just think that their food and their concept and all that's going to work. And then 4 months in, they're like, we should probably start booking some bands. Yeah. Well, it's not our job to save your venue. Yeah. It's not. Like, we need to get some bands in here or something, just draw a crowd. Well, how many people can you bring? How many can you bring? That's my response. Well, how many can you bring? What kind of promotion are you going to do? Yeah. Because it's not fair for me to haul out all my stuff, and you completely can count on me. Because the point for us is,
I pay us $300.
Yeah, because I can play for all the people that would come to my show in my backyard, put on the show, and make the money myself. You know, so like the reason I bring it to a venue is for exposure to new people, and if you don't have any people, what's the point of me coming?
It's got to be a both. It's got to be both things.
It could even be a 60-40 where the band is responsible for 60%. The venues, and that's why there's the 80-20. That's where that probably comes from when you do the 80-20 split at the door. Yeah. Because 20% of that is, their overhead and they're built in. Yeah. So, I don't know. I get frustrated sometimes with venues when they're like, "Oh, bring your own sound. We pay you $300."
Yeah.
It's 4 hours. And
I've had people like,
load in at 7:30. You go on at 8. I'm like, you have no idea logistics of this, do you?
no, they don't. They don't care. Don't know. But I've had bars like laugh at me because I tell them, I'm going to need whatever, $600 or $800. Like,
Yeah.
and
they're like, oh.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
we don't ever pay anybody over $4. I'm like, oh.
I was like,
bet you got a great sound there.
Man, I bet those bands are killer.
Well, hey, everybody out there. Welcome to our therapy session where we're going to vent about.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to share this on like a venues page on Facebook.
They would have gave up already.
I know. Well, like I saw something that there was a website where it was going to be like Yelp where artists could go rate venues and review them and like how the staff treated you as the artist and like and the venue should be able to rate the artist too.
Yeah,
and be like, these guys came in, and they were total assholes to everybody, and so there's it's a fickle business we're in, I guess. If it's even a business, sometimes it's just side money. But like,
how many CDs have you put out?
Oh, too many
projects, works.
If I could take some of them back, I would. But like, there's been 7 different projects.
Yeah,
I'm about to do number 8.
Are they all still available out there?
All of them are available online.
Search Joey Green.
Yeah, the first 2 are out of print, and the only way I would bring those back is if I came on this large sum of money.
Yeah.
To print like 100 vinyls of each just to carry it to merch, because I think that's what's going to anyway for his merch is vinyl. You don't even need a CD anymore.
Yeah, it's getting to the point now where people are just buying CDs just because
there's not a vinyl.
The show. Yeah.
Because they're not. If there's a vinyl, and think about a vinyl, you get $30 for a vinyl versus you can get $10 to $15 for a CD. Of course, it costs a lot more to make a vinyl record.
Yeah, it does. I gotta.
Were they like $10 a piece or something like that?
I did for my second CD in 2013. I got vinyls printed, and at that time it was like right when they were starting to get popular again. So it was before there was a bunch of people making them. So there's really only like a few places here in town that printed them. So I got 100 printed for like $1,500.
Boy, howdy.
It was, or is that right?
Yeah, that's like
they were like $15 a piece.
That's like getting hoodies.
Yeah, it was a lot, but it was the coolest thing ever because I saw my name on a vinyl album. It was cool as shit. But I'll probably, for my next project, I'm going to do vinyl again, and probably will start phasing out like the printed copies of my first CD. Probably kind of like you're talking about, just I think to keep from having to carry around 4 different CDs.
Yeah, exactly. I think I think totally right now, as far as physical CDs of all the projects that I probably have 800 left. Yeah. Of like different copies of records. Like I talked to one of my distributors, and she was like, well, you got like this many of this and this many of that. And I was like, well, she goes, and you're welcome to them. And I'm like, I'm going to come get them and offload them, even if it's $5. Yeah. A disc.
Something to,
just to, and it's a souvenir that actually, with foresight, if you have a copy of the record and things go huge and it's a CD and not a vinyl, those CDs will be worth more down the road.
Down the road, yeah, maybe.
Unscratched, unopened.
Yeah.
That's one of those things.
So buy them up now, people.
Buy up those CDs now, folks.
So what made you... So you were in Texas for, like, gigging there for like 15 years. Did you just wake up and be like, I think I'm going to go to Nashville?
Well, no, it kind of started when we came up here to record that Lo-Fi record, and I was like, man, this city's really cool. And then I kept coming up, and then, my producer would like set me up with somebody to write or like a meeting, and then I remember it kind of mostly started when I was playing Whiskey Jam with my current guys, and
is that when I met you? Nah, I met you at Whiskey Jam one night.
That could have been it. Yeah, I might have played or.
I know you played White Girl.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was a good one. I was like, I'm going to be friends with this guy because that's badass.
Yeah, I think it was that. Like, I wasn't living here yet, and but me and the guys had came up and played that, and we had, I remember we had a meeting with Seagale. Me and my drummer were talking to Seagale Publishing, and then we played a showcase type thing, which we don't call them that anymore. We just call them shows now.
Yeah.
Early shows, happy hour shows.
Right.
But we played one at Basement. And then I remember on my way up, my friend Travis from Sony ATV at the time, he's with Parallel now, like straight up solicited me, like cold called me. And I was like, that doesn't happen. That's not a thing in Nashville.
Yeah.
It's
not common.
He was a junior plugger, and he was just like, man, saw you're playing Whiskey Jim, love your stuff. Can we chat this week? And I said, hey, man, well, we're playing an actual show at Basement, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, I already plan on being there. And just like, already researched and everything.
Yeah.
Then I got to sit down with Sony and all that. And it was kind of one of those things where, like, whether this works out or not, I'm moving here. Because right out of the blue, somebody saw it. So there's one guy, maybe there's only one guy in town that sees the same vision of what I see when it comes to my songs and stuff. And it just made me want to. And the end game is, if I could start writing songs and writing more, and not having to tour and wear out my vocals and
body,
yeah. Like my human.
Yeah.
If I could do that, then it would be. So it's more of like, I guess it's growing up.
Yeah.
It was flying the nest, and trying to grow up and in the regard of, let's put some things in place to where. Like, because I've been engaged twice, never worked out because I didn't have things in place.
Yeah.
And to get things in place now, and then
life can keep.
Then life can fall into place, and
right.
I'll be prepared for anything. And it's kind of, I just turned 35, so it's one of those things where, like, okay.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not 24 anymore. Like
I got friends from high school whose kids are graduating.
Yeah.
Teen moms, of course. But... yeah, but it's just one of those things where I'm like, man. And I like run into people from high school. They're like, you look exactly the same. And I'm like, well, you look the same, but older.
Yeah.
I always say it's the Jägermeister because it's herbal. It has to be good. It has to be good for you.
Oh, Jägermeister. I might throw up. Hold on. No, I haven't had any of that in a long time, and I'm okay with it.
Are you been on the wagon?
No. I just don't like Jägermeister.
I'll tell you, I just changed up my stuff about a month ago, and Jägermeister is like a luxury now. But I'll just drink Jack Daniels and water. No more beer.
Yeah.
Like a craft beer is a luxury now.
Yeah.
That's like Saturday. Like, I'll have one.
Right.
But no, it's not one of those things. I'm about to turn this into
something to spit in.
A get her done. Yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering about that. I was like, what's he going to be spitting in over there?
He's going to drink that down about halfway, waste half of my Nestle Pure Life or my Kroger Purified.
It'll be all right.
I owe you 27 cents per unit. But yeah, and so moving here was, and then I didn't want to come alone because people don't like being alone. And I didn't want to move in with a bunch of strangers.
Yeah.
And some of the people that I'd met up here were not strangers. I already had starting to build a circle of friends, but it was like the stability of the situation for me was not what I had in mind.
Yeah.
Because I'm a creature of, I like my space and I like my things a certain way. And I just didn't want to live in a bachelor pad with 4 dudes where it's just, where they don't have, the same thoughts about certain things.
Yeah, no, I get it. For sure.
Like, my roommate's OCD and I'm not. But we're completely like a puzzle piece and it works together perfect in that regard. So I convinced him to move up here with me because he's a graphic artist and all he needs is a Wi-Fi connection. He can work.
Yeah.
So
right on.
He doesn't leave the house very often.
When's do you have any shows in Nashville coming up?
Yes. Well, I'll be in Lynchburg on the 28th at the Jack Daniels Barbecue Cook-Off. It's our second year over there. The wood sponsor, the people that sponsor all the wood for the cooking, hires us and supplies the stage and stuff. And that's like a daytime show from like noon to 5 or 11 to 5, but with some breaks and stuff. And then later that night, which is a late show for this city, for an original show.
Yeah.
I think we're playing 11 to 12:30 at the Country.
Oh, at the Country, cool.
So
I want to do sometime in the next few months, let's set up a show at the basement. I've never played the basement before. I've been here 8.5 years. I've never played the basement.
Why not?
I don't know.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
And
it's awesome. I've been to countless shows there. I've just
tiny.
never, yeah.
Well, we'll just have to talk to old Grimy and see what we can figure out.
Yeah. There or somewhere. I don't know. I need to book. I haven't played a Nashville show in a while. So.
Yeah, and it was time for us too. And we the first couple times we played the basement, we did the early show thing, and then which is hard with traffic in this town.
Yeah. To
do that 6 o'clock slot, and then people like you showed up and we were done.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think the 7 o'clock.
I hear like the last half song or something. I remember coming to it.
Yeah, and I haven't figured out what works for us getting industry out completely, what time slot or what night of the week or anything like that. But for me, it's a Saturday night. This time, it's a pretty cool little venue. I like the country.
It's a cool spot.
It's a cool spot. It's not like, to me, it's a venue, but it's not too venue.
Yeah, it's still a bar.
It's still a bar, but it's not too venue. It's very much what I'm used to.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to playing shows.
But it's a place where people have original shows. It's not like a Tootsie's or something like that.
Right. It's not chilling on a dirt road every time you walk in.
Yeah.
The first time I came up here, it was like we would go on Broadway, and I'm like, man, this song, I've heard it a lot on this road. So
more in the last 3 days than ever.
Than I cared to most of the time. So my buddy Heath works over at the country, so he hooked us up with that. And looking forward to it, honestly, because we haven't been up here with this band. It's the same drummer, but we always use my old bass player, Miles, which I think you used Miles.
Yeah.
Which he moved back to Fort Worth, had a kid. Congrats to him.
Oh, that's very cool. Good for him.
But yeah, so we're bringing our young bass player who just turned 21. So
good, you can mold him.
That's what we thought when we found him on Craigslist. Like, no, but he's pretty opinionated kid, man. Yeah, but he's a good bass player. When
is that show? The country?
October 28th.
Oh, okay,
11 p.m.
Yeah. So this will come out. This episode will come out next week. So when you're hearing this, it'll be this coming Saturday night, October 28th, at the country, Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, get out early. Come hang out.
Go stand in front of Joey Green and take your shirt off.
Yeah, and we're going to be playing a bunch of new tunes, too. So,
do you still play White Girl?
Yeah, that's kind of going out with a bang song.
Yeah.
So,
it's a good one. Joey Green's got some good tunes, people. So go check them out. So what are your, so like you said earlier, goals as far as just hopefully one day being in the business more and on the writing side of things?
Yeah.
To where you don't have to
I don't want to take shows that aren't cohesive with what I do.
Yeah.
And right now we do that sometimes, and it's more of a financial thing. It's like, well, if the offer comes in, it's rare that we don't take it if it makes financial sense.
Yeah.
But I want to get to the point to where it's like, I don't want to play shows where we're just kind of spinning our wheels.
Yeah.
Or background music, or
even if it pays $2,000 or whatever.
Oh, no, I'll take that one. I'll totally take that show.
Well, but getting to the point to where maybe someday you're like, I don't really want to do that one.
Yeah, I want to be able to choose.
Yeah.
Get in a position to choose my own destiny when it comes to that. And my whole thing is, my end game has always been, I want to play 300-person rooms across America and Europe and wherever else it leads me, and have 200 pay.
Yeah.
That's a feasible goal.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
So, especially as an independent artist. And if I scored a publishing deal and got some cuts, then it could fund my independent career.
Yeah.
And then if the label comes around and is excited about it and we work out a deal, then we work out a deal. But for me, it's I'm 35. So rare occasion to get signed to a record deal in your mid to late 30s. So I don't feel like I look it though, but that's all.
You don't look a hair over 32.
Perception is reality. The red pill, the blue pill. No, but so I guess my goal moving up here is, it's another market to get my music in some ears, and then the people I've been co-writing with, or all of them have been pretty fabulous. So
Right on. So you just got back from London, right? Correct? Was it just London? Were you just there playing gigs in London?
Yeah, we were just in London, but you know how there's like different little, what do they call them, boroughs or like facets. It's kind of like New York. Like you have Manhattan and Brooklyn. And so,
I got you.
You know, we would play in Balham, and then we would play in, I don't know all of them by heart, but like we stayed in Kensington, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, hello, London people, if you're listening.
Londoners. I already missed them already, man. They were, you know, everyone that we met over there was very friendly and very open and excited. And like, we were talking to some people that said country music would never work over here. Well, it's starting to work.
Yeah.
So it's a very new thing. And I don't consider myself completely full on country music in that regard, but
it's a tough thing. You start putting labels on stuff. It's hard. It's the most asked question and my least favorite question to answer. It's like, what kind of music do you play? I usually jokingly say good.
Yeah, right. I figured it out there for a long time. I was just like a laundry list of things and influences, but now I just kind of call it Americana with a pop sensibility.
Okay. Yeah, I usually say Americana, and then half the time people are like, "Oh, what is that?" And you say, "Well, it's like folk, country, rock and roll,
roots rock,
yeah,
country, southern, yeah." You can just keep going on and on.
Right.
Yeah, shoegaze. I don't even know what that means. Is that like grunge?
Shoegaze? What?
That's a genre.
Shoegaze?
Shoegaze.
Never heard of it.
We're going to have to check out some shoegaze.
I'm going to go YouTube some shoegaze.
I feel like that's just like a band that always stares at their feet.
Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah.
Well, I didn't do it. Somebody else did it. I'm just using the context clues.
I feel like that's when people get like super high and they can't do anything but just stare down. Maybe that's what it is.
It's not even stoner music. It's like, is he alive?
Yeah.
Music.
Way too much weed music.
Yes. Yeah. It could be even more than weed.
Well, if you could go back to Joey Green at 18 years old, fresh out of high school, and give yourself some advice, what would it be?
Don't spend all the money I made at Joe's Crab Shack on rims and tires and a system for my Ford Ranger.
That's golden advice.
Yeah, because I remember, like, I was still a senior in high school. I was playing some gigs, and I was working at Joe's Crab Shack, and it was a brand new Joe's Crab Shack, so it was like, the perfect
People
time.
Excited about it.
Yeah, so it was always busy, and I was pulling doubles and stuff like that. And I remember I was making like $2,000 a week, and this is 2001.
Yeah,
which is what? And I'm like 18-year-old kid, and I remember it was just like, oh, whatever, I don't have bills, blah blah blah. And my mom and I just had a stack of bills, like cash, on my dresser, and my mom was like, "You want me to count that, son?" And she counts it out, and it's like $8,000 to $10,000 or something. And I'm just like, "What?" Oh, I'm going to Car Toys. I'm going to go get me some stuff,
Yeah.
And if I had it to do over, I'd have been like, I should probably make a cool record, or something like that, or use it to my business advantage
to further your future. Yeah.
Instead, no.
Well, that's solid advice.
Yeah, I'd go back and do that, and then I probably would have flown the nest a little sooner.
Yeah.
If I had it to do over, I would have moved up here at about 25 instead of 34.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Well, it's good. It's good things to keep in mind and good to spread on to the people listening. But
I figure the positive is I'm coming here as not blind. I'm coming here as a 15-year veteran.
That's true. Yeah,
with 7 records under my belt and countless shows.
More of an idea of who you are,
right?
As an artist and as a person, for sure. Where can people check out what's going on with you and upcoming shows and everything?
Well, you can follow me on Bands in Town for shows. The new website's coming soon, but there is a link to all the social media, and it's joeygreenmusic.com. And then that's it.
joeygreenmusic.com. That has all the social media stuff on it.
Yeah.
For sure. Check them out. What was the clothing line again that's coming soon?
Oh, thenativeamericana.com.
Thenativeamericana.com. Awesome.
Yeah, check it out, for sure.
Very cool. Well, thanks for coming in. We're going to pick up some guitars and we're going to jam on some music. But thanks for talking, Joey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this one's called What's Killing Me. I wrote this with my friend Van Darian, who is fabulous. He would probably be more than happy to join you here.
Cool.
faster than a speeding bullet, not too powerful. I ain't no locomotive, but I got a decent heart. I got a few bad habits, I usually come down hard, but when I fly, it's magic. No, I can't save the day, I ain't nobody's hero, make my getaway. 7-Up and Tito's, I'm vulnerable and tired. It all comes in flashes. Maybe I'm on fire, or maybe I'm just ashes. It ain't a bird, it ain't a plane. It's more what could have been than who I am. I ain't blind, I just can't see that I'm living with what's killing me. Oh, oh, I don't wear no cape, I ain't superhuman, I don't come from outer space. Come out of the ruins, swinging through my moods, throwing around my weight. I suffer the abuse in the wake of my mistakes. It ain't a bird, it ain't a plane. It's just more alcohol and growing. No, I ain't blind, I just can't see that I'm living with what's killing me. Kryptonite, not tonight, I say goodbye one more last time. It ain't a bird, it ain't a plane. It's just more alcohol and growing pains. No, I ain't blind, I just can't see that this living is what's killing me. Yeah, I'm living with what's killing me.
And that was my man, Joey Green. Folks, thanks for listening. Thanks for sticking around this far, this long. I'm glad you're still here with us. Check out don'tstifleme.com/033 for info and links on Joey. And I'll throw up a few videos of him playing live, other than what you're hearing in the background right now, of course. Once again, please go check out patreon.com/DSM podcast. As I said before the episode, you can get exclusive access to pictures, video, MP3 downloads, a lot more fantastic, beautiful things that you can't get anywhere else. All that for small monthly pledges of money so that we can help keep this podcast moving forward. Keep moving forward, doing bigger and better things always, and improving lives, our lives, everybody's life, improving the world. We're just making big changes here just by talking. You Amazon shoppers out there, if you're going to buy something on Amazon.com, I sure would appreciate it. It would help us out a lot if first you would go to don'tstifleme.com or jacobstiefel.com and click the banner there on the homepage that says click here to shop on Amazon.com. It won't affect your prices at all. Everything will cost the exact same, but because I send you there, it sends a small commission back my way, and that's just a way for you to help out without having to spend any more money. So we all win, right? No big deal if you can't. I just appreciate you being here and being a part of what I love to do. Make sure make sure you subscribe to the podcast here. So if you've enjoyed it, if you haven't enjoyed it, you probably aren't still listening. So anyway, so all of you people that are still listening, make sure you subscribe to the podcast, and all the new episodes will get automatically loaded to your device. The podcast social medias are all at DSM Podcast. Mine are all at Jacob Stiefel, and that is it for today's episode. Thank you once again, everybody, for listening, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I will talk to you again very soon.